Hello, welcome to the session on practicing how to hold scissors and comb together and practicing different techniques for blow drying. Let us look at the objectives of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to practice of holding scissors and comb together, practice the procedure of blow drying, follow the precautions while performing a blow dry. The tools and materials required for the practice of holding scissors and comb and techniques for blow drying are barber scissors, also known as shears, tail comb or style comb, neck strip, round brush, sectioning clip, spray bottle, 2 towels, hair shampoo as per need, water as per need, trolley, hand dryer, styling products as per need. First, let's practice how to hold scissors and comb together. While cutting hair, it is important to hold the tools properly. In order to hold the shears properly, open the right hand and place ring finger in the finger grip of the still blade and the little finger on the finger tang. Place the thumb in the thumb grip of the moving blade. Then practice the opening and closing of the shears. Also, practice the correct way to hold shears and comb together. Let's now look at practicing how to hold the shears. Remove the thumb from the thumb grip. Leave the ring and little fingers in the grip and the finger rest. Curl the fingers in and hold the shears and keep them closed while combing. Then, hold the comb between the thumb, index and middle fingers. In order to transfer the comb a subsection into position. Once the fingers are placed at the cutting position, transfer the comb by placing it between the thumb and index finger of the holding hand, that is, the hand holding the subsection. Generally, wide and fine-toothed combs are used while cutting the hair. Wide-toothed comb is used for combing and parting the hair, and fine-toothed comb is used for combing the section before cutting in order to provide more tension. Here, tension refers to the amount of pressure applied while combing and holding a subsection. Always control the tension with your fingers. Consistent tension is important for cutting the hair evenly. Use maximum tension on straight hair when the client wants the ends of the hair to be cut with precision, and use less tension on curly hair to control shrinkage. Use minimum tension around the ears or on hairlines with strong growth patterns. Now, let us see the procedure of blow drying for different hair types and lengths. First, apply a styling product through the hair with fingers and comb with a wide-tooth comb. Then, using the comb, mold the hair into the desired shape while the hair is still wet. For volume and lift, use a small round brush and apply a mousse or spray volumizer at the base. Then, section and part the hair according to the size of the curl desired. Now, insert the round brush at the base of the curl. The degree of lift determines the type of volume expected. For maximum lift, insert the brush at the base and direct the hair section up at a high angle. Roll the hair down to the base with medium tension. Direct the stream of air from the blow dryer over the curl in a back and forth motion. When the section is completely dry, press the cooling button and cool down the section to strengthen the curl formation. Release the brush by unwinding the section from the brush. For less lift at the scalp, begin by holding the section at a low angle by following the same procedure. Make sure the scalp and hair are completely dry for the style or shape to last long. Finally, finish with a hairspray. Next, let's learn how to blow dry blunt or long layered, straight and wavy hair into a smooth straight style. First, attach the nozzle or concentrator attachment to the blow dryer for more controlled styling. Part and section the hair so that only the section that is dried is not in clips. Apply a light gel. Now, using 1-inch subsections, start the first section at the nape of the neck and use a classic styling brush to dry the hair straight and smooth. Place the brush under the first section and hold the hair low. Work up to the crown, continuing to take 1-inch sections. On the longer sections, work towards the top of the crown. Continue using the same technique to keep the shape flat and straight. Continue using low elevations. To direct the fringe away from the face, brush the fringe back and push the hair slightly forward with the brush to create a curved shape. Place the dryer on a slow setting and point the nozzle towards the brush. After drying, the fringe will fall away from the face, slightly to the side for a soft look. Having learned the procedures to use a blow dryer, here are some precautionary actions that have to be followed while blow drying. Never hold the blow dryer too long in one place. Direct it from the scalp in the direction of the ends of the hair. Always direct the hot air away from the scalp to avoid scalp burns. Position the blow dryer about 6 inches away from the hair at all times so that the hair does not burn with the strong heat at closer range. Blow dry in a downward motion because blow drying upwards causes a lot of damage to hair. Do not blow dry in the same spot for too long as there is a chance of damage due to heat. Keep moving the blow dryer around. However, do not wave it or jerk it around. Let's recap the key points discussed. Practicing to hold the comb and shears in a proper way ensures control and helps to avoid muscle strain. Consistent tension is important for cutting the hair evenly. While blow drying the hair, apply a styling product. Do not blow dry in the same spot for too long. This brings us to the end of the session. Hope you have gained a good understanding about practice of holding the scissors and comb together and practice of different techniques for blow drying. See you in the next session.